And suddenly the sky is turning red. A wall of heavy desert dust is rolling overhead. The temperature is peaking and the radiator boils. A sudden burst of steam across the engine's copper coils. I pull the heavy shifter down and kill the cruising speed as the red dirt hurricane begins to take the lead. The headlights click on yellow just to cut the blowing haze in the blinding fury of the midday desert maze. And it's the radiator boil and dust storm on the plain, with red dirt falling heavily like microscopic rain. The windshield wipers slap across a screen of blowing sand while I'm navigating blindly through the burning empty land. Don't panic at the temperature, don't look into the red, just keep the metal moving where the desert storm has led. The visibility is dropping to a dozen yards or less, a test of pure endurance and a mechanical distress. The air conditioner is coughing up a breath of dry beneath the copper ceiling of the suffocating sky. My hands are gripping tightly on the center of the ring, feeling every vibration that the desert winds can bring. The engine temperature is hovering right at the line as we push our heavy iron through the grit and turpentine. And it's the radiator boil and dust storm on the plain, with red dirt falling heavily like microscopic rain. The windshield wipers slap across a screen of blowing sand while I'm navigating blindly through the burning empty land. Don't panic at the temperature, don't look into the red, just keep the metal moving where the desert storm has led. You can't outrun a dust storm when it's sitting on the track. You can't negotiate the heat or turn your engine back. You just keep the pistons firing through the grit and burning glare and punch a tunnel straight across the screaming desert. sky where the winter stars are burning crystal clear and high. The snowdrifts in the clearing catch the silver lunar gleam, like the frozen architecture of a midnight mountain dream. My car is resting silent by the dark and timbered wall, with frost upon the chrome and not a single voice to call. The thermometer is plunging to a sharp and brutal zero, while the starlight watches downward like an ancient silent hero. And it's starlight on the snowdrifts in the middle of the night, painting every frozen shadow in a coat of silver white. The engine block is cooling and the wilderness is deep, as the alpine world surrenders to a heavy frozen sleep. No more tires on the asphalt, no more gauges to be read, just the glory of the cosmos shining down above my head. I look across the hood where all the salt and ice are cast, a frozen armor born from surviving of the past. The radio is silent, not a murmur on the dial, just the quiet winter pressure stretching miles and miles. The pine trees stand like sentinels against the stellar sea, in a universe that's wider than a human heart can be. My breath is rising upward in a tiny cloud of gray, to join the frozen stardust of a world so far away. And it's starlight on the snowdrift in the middle of the night, painting every frozen shadow in a coat of silver white. The engine block is cooling morning sun is breaking on a world of crystal white, pouring rivers of pure gold across the alpine height. The snow is glittering like diamonds on the cabin roof, as if the winter wilderness has given final proof. I walk outside the wooden door into the freezing air, with a cup of coffee steaming and the stillness everywhere. My car is sitting yonder with a drift against its side, a silent monument of strength, of distance and of pride. And it's the white horizon epilogue, the closing of the run, with all the black ice conquered by the golden morning sun. No more frozen steering wheels, no more roaring gale, just the pure and perfect quiet settling on the trail. The journey has its ending where the mountain meets the sky, and the winter takes its secrets as the morning passes by. The tracks I made last midnight are already filled with drift, as the morning breezes give the powdery snow a lift. The road below is waiting in the valley, gray and clear, the final chapter written in the middle of the year. I rest my hand upon the fender, cold and dark and blue, a loyal piece of iron that has carried safely through. The odometer is resting at a number carved in stone, a record of the distances where I was not alone. And it's the white horizon epilogue, the closing of the run, with all the black ice conquered by the golden morning sun. No more frozen steering wheels, no more roaring gale, just the pure and perfect quiet settling on the trail. The journey has its ending where the mountain meets the sky, and the winter takes its secrets as the morning passes by. You don't conquer the mountain, and you don't defeat the cold. You just borrow its creation while your story still is told. Then you stand beneath the sunrise where the white horizon gleams, and leave your heavy engine to the silence and the dreams. valley is a basin made of undisturbed white snow, where the final traces of the winter sun refuse to go. I pull up to the cabin by the frozen wooden gate and put the heavy lever down to put the car in wait. I reach across the steering wheel and turn the key around to kill the combustion and to stop the metal sound. The V8 gives a gentle shiver as the sparks depart, releasing all the power from its heavy iron heart. And it's the engine cools in white silence at the end of the long ascent, with every mile of black ice and the winter weather spent. No more staring at the gauges, no more steering through the gale, just the quiet winter darkness settling over every trail. The machine is resting easy with the frost upon its hood, in the absolute perfection of the dark and frozen wood. Inside the quiet cabin, as the heater fan dies down, far away from any highway and the neon lit up town, the exhaust pipe gives a tiny metallic clicking ping, a microscopic song that only cooling iron can sing. The radiator releases one last breath of amber steam to vanish in the winter like the fragments of a dream. The dashboard lights go dark now, leaving only starlit glass and the memory of the black ice on the high and frozen pass. And it's the engine cools in white silence at the end of the long ascent, with every mile of black ice and the winter weather spent. No more staring at the gauges, no more steering through the gale, just the quiet winter darkness settling over every trail. The machine is resting easy with the frost upon its hood, in the absolute perfection of the dark and frozen wood. You don't conquer winter when you drive across the crest, you just borrow its permission as a momentary guest. Then you park your iron body where the winter shadows fall and listen to the silence of the snow against the wall. The valley is a basin made of undisturbed white snow, where the final traces of the winter sun refuse to go. I pull up to the cabin by the frozen wooden gate and put the heavy lever down to put the car in wait. I reach across the steering wheel and turn the key around to kill the combustion and to stop the metal sound. The V8 gives a gentle shiver as the sparks depart, releasing all the power from its heavy iron heart. And it's the engine cools in white silence at the end of the long ascent, with every mile of black ice and the winter weather spent. No more staring at the gauges, no more steering through the gale, just the quiet winter darkness settling over every trail. The machine is resting easy with the frost upon its hood, in the absolute perfection of the dark and frozen wood. The valley is a basin made of undisturbed white snow. The sun is trying hard to pierce the hanging morning mist. A pale and yellow disc above the frozen mountain crest. The guardrails on the outer edge are buried deep in white, except for rusted boat heads catching up the early light. The ice fog rolls across the lane in low and heavy banks, like silent soldiers standing in their ghostly winter ranks. I watch the yellow lines appear beneath my rolling tires, as the machine responds to all my steering pulse and wires. And it's snow-covered guardrails and ice fog on the grade, making every shadow look like something carefully made. The valley's waking up below in gray and frozen tones, far away from city lights and cellular mobile zones. I'm cruising through the white expanse, the heater blowing warm, leaving all the panic of the midnight ice storm. The windshield wiper sweep across a thin and powdery crust, a light accumulation that's completely dry and dust. side. With 5 feet of frozen snow piled deep against its height. The temperature has climbed up to a miserable 4, with miles and miles of timber waiting by the door. My winter boots are resting on the rubber floor, mat floor. While the V8 hums its steady song and asks for nothing more. And it's snow-covered guardrails and ice fog on the grade, making every shadow look like something carefully made. The valley's waking up below in gray and frozen tones, far away from city lights and cellular mobile zones. I'm cruising through the white expanse, the heater blowing warm, leaving all the panic of the midnight ice storm. They say the morning after is the hardest part to bear, when the adrenaline has faded and the chill is in the air. But the engine is a steady heart that keeps the panic down, as you navigate the canyons on the way into the town. nod across the snowy gap under the winter skies. His blade is scraping bottom on the gray and hidden stone, guiding all the travelers who are driving here alone. I clear his front and fender, snap the steering wheel back straight, feeling all the traction lock and settle in its weight. The V8 gives a triumphant roar, the tachometer climbs high as we leave the highway crew beneath the clearing sky. We're passing the snowplow convoy on the mountain road today, as the orange-painted giants clear the frozen wall away. Oh, the engine screaming power as it pulls me through the spray, making room for speed again and driving doubts away. Nothing out ahead of me but a cleared and open lane, with 5,000 pounds of metal tearing through the frozen rain. There's a brotherhood of transit when the winter takes command, between the heavy snow rings and the cars that cross the land. You trade a knot of heavy iron, share a fleeting space, then leave them to their labor in the frozen mountain place. trench between two walls of frozen white, a canyon made of powder that is blocking out the light. 2 stories high on either side, the heavy drift banks stand, a man-made corridor carved out of the winterland. The wind is howling overhead, a fierce and rushing sound, while I am trapped between the walls above the solid ground. The V8 bounces, echoes off the packed and icy face, a mechanical heartbeat in a narrow, frozen place. And it's the snowdrift wind tunnel, a canyon made of snow, with nowhere left to steer my wheels except straight on and slow. The walls are flashing white and gray beside the driver's door, while the engine keeps its rhythm with a deep and steady roar. Just a narrow strip of asphalt in a fortress built of ice, where a second's hesitation has a heavy, bitter price. I see the powdery plumes blowing off the crest above like smoke signals sent down from the mountain gods we love. The headlights are switched on again to cut the tunnel shade, illuminating every mark the cutting blade has made. The tires are gripping tightly on the salted strip of gray as we push our heavy iron through the middle of the day. My hands are fixed and steady in the center of the wheel, a human will translate it through a ton of heavy steel. And it's the snowdrift wind tunnel, a canyon made of snow, with nowhere left to steer my wheels except straight on and slow. The walls are flashing white and gray beside the driver's door, while the engine keeps its rhythm with a deep and steady roar. Just a narrow strip of asphalt in a fortress built of ice, where a second's hesitation has a heavy, bitter price. You're feeling closed and smaller when the walls are rising high, and you can only see a narrow strip of winter sky. But the tunnel has an ending if you keep the pressure down and hold the steering steady as you navigate the town. sitting on the crest. You can negotiate the storm or set your heavy heart to rest. You just keep the pistons firing, keep the amber lights aglow, and punch a tunnel straight across the kingdom of the snow. 10 miles of heavy timber, where the evergreens are tall, with 1,000,000,000 tons of powder piled against the forest wall. The branches bend in heavy arcs beneath the frozen load, dropping chunks of crystal ice directly on the road. A heavy thud against the hood, a sudden cracking sound as frozen water shatters on the asphalt from the ground. The V8 keeps its rhythm through the tunnel of the trees, a solitary traveler in the alpine winter breeze. And it's the frozen pine forest closing in around, with tires making music on the packed and icy ground. The sunlight throws long shadows on the blankets of the deep, while the mountains and the canyons fall into a heavy sleep. I've got the window cracked an inch to let the sharpness in, as another mile of winter landscape starts to spin. I pass an old log cabin with a wisp of chimney smoke, a lonely sign of human life where frost has tightly spoke. The icicles are hanging down 3 feet from every eaves, a frozen architecture that outlives the autumn leaves. My hands are steady now, the tension of the night is gone, replaced by the persistence of a cold and quiet dawn. The transmission stays in third, a steady mechanical purr, gliding through the sanctuary of the ancient pine and fir. And it's the frozen pine forest closing in around, with tires making music on the packed and icy ground. The sunlight throws long shadows on the blankets of the deep, while the mountains and the canyons fall into a heavy sleep. I've got the window cracked an inch to let the sharpness in, as another mile of winter landscape starts to spin. There's a silence in the timber that you never find below, where the world is drowned in engine noise and constant human flow. Here the only sound is steel and rubber on the white, and the echoes of a journey that survived the freezing night.